Night number 1 of the ISCS Week of Champions starts now this Saturday night. What's up, guys, and welcome back to today's video. I'm always excited when I get to come back to the Cottage Grove Speedway, one of my favorite sprint car tracks, whether it's in a limited or a 360. This place puts on really good racing. Brian Crockett just got off the track. He finished watering it, and I think he might just have one more load before the night starts. Pit meetings coming up, mud pack and all that, and then just the typical ISCS format. Group qualifying, that leads you into a heat race with the 6-car invert, and that lines you up for the A main event, and we're hoping to have a good pill draw tonight if we can make the redraw. I do have a fan who wants to be in the vlog here. Buddy, what's your name?
Casey.
Casey, and Casey's been in the vlog multiple times at Roseburg. This is the first time, though, I get to watch him here at the Cottage Grove Speedway turn some laps in his car. You excited?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We finally get to race with the sprint cars and the late models and everybody.
Yeah, so the late models are running tonight. They just have a normal points race. Hornet's got a special race which pays over $400 to win, and then just another ISCS points night. With the Outlaw karts have an exhibition show because their track is right in the infield here. Always exciting to get to watch them. This is the first time they're doing something like this, so it's gonna be cool to watch all the kart kids, and we'll get the night started with the first thing up being qualifying. Just got done with qualifying. We ended up quick time in our group, so that's awesome. I didn't really get a solid lap until my last one. I thought the track was a little greasy, and I pulled my wing back just a little bit to help me out with that, because usually that's just what we do with the limited, because sometimes they throw us out there and there's still a good amount of water, but it was a little bit more of an illusion. Track was pretty hooked up besides a few spots, and I moved it back forward very quick. First lap was junk, second lap was all right, and my third lap felt pretty good. So just needed to be a little bit more free. Felt like I was just a little turning too much to the left, just tight, and couldn't really hold the line I wanted to, but overall we were still fast, just got to get a little bit better. Now it's time to advance into the heat race. Time for me to get in for the heat race. Gonna start 6th, typical ISCS. If you guys followed our Speed Week vlogs, we gotta try to advance at least 3 spots to make the redraw. Same as normal, and car's been fast, track's starting to widen out a little bit, so hopefully we can move forward. Got myself a nice Gatorade after the heat race. It's pretty hot today here in Cottage Grove, but nothing compared to California. Car was good, went 6th to 1st. Definitely a little hooked up out there, but one of the better heat race tracks we've had with ISCS. You can move around, and I felt like that's why we were good. Definitely still a little bit tight. Brakes kind of worked, and that didn't help because I was pushing on them to help the car turn, and I just couldn't maneuver around as well in traffic. When I got out front, I could, do whatever I needed, so it wasn't bad, but in traffic, it was definitely tougher to pass. Little muddy as well on the car, used some tear-offs, but gonna go watch the rest of the heats. Track's gonna be primed tonight, I think, at Grove. It's already pretty good. Track is still pretty hooked up here at Cottage Grove. We just did the pill draw. Of course, I pulled a 7. No good. I was the first guy to pull. I'm not a fan of that. I would rather almost just be the last guy and you get what you get than go up first and pull a 7. Track is kind of patchy. It's starting to slick off on the bottom, but otherwise there's a good amount of grip everywhere else. You can kind of check it out here. Just really, really good. Bottom, losing the grip, but just got to get better and better. We got our car a little bit freer after the heat race being a little tight, and I don't think the track's going to change much. I think it's going to stay pretty hooked up. A main event time here at the Cottage Grove Speedway. We're not going to let our bad pill draw phase us. I mean, we've had to go through it all season long, not starting on the front row of a limited race yet. We're watching Cycleland Speedway before we head out. Hopefully we can watch the A main event. I think they're a little bit behind us, so 40 opens down there for a weekly show right before the showcase. Everyone trying to get prepared. We're ready for that race as well, but now it's time to focus on the sprint car and just try to go forward, start 7th. It'd be nice to bring home a big check and a win. It is a quiet racetrack here at the Cottage Grove Speedway because night number 1 of the Champions Weekend for ISCS has been finished. Tonight was a little bit frustrating only because we didn't finish our marathon, I guess you could say. We were on mile 25 and we didn't fall apart, but that's when I just made a few of my mistakes. I felt like early in the feature I did everything right. I just, like Ben Deathridge described, was in a seesaw. Sometimes the guy in front of me would be up on top, then I would be on top, and then yellows would fly, and sometimes they'd go our way, and sometimes like we did not need that yellow. And then also lap traffic was very tricky trying to get through them, because what happened was when we got to lap traffic, they were so kind of clumped up, they were so together, there was nowhere to go. Every lane was blocked, the middle even was blocked, even if you wanted to try to go through that and be Donnie Schatz. Just everywhere you could not go. The track surface was good tonight, a little bit bottom dominant, and 1 and 2 you could definitely make the top work, but 3 and 4 it was just so gripped up. Check this out. I was not as good on the bottom as I needed to be. I wouldn't say I was confused, I just made the wrong decisions. You know, I could have definitely pulled my wing back maybe a little bit more because I wasn't tight or anything, just to get some more rear drive, because I just couldn't stick it on the bottom. I'd always slide off, but my car was awesome around the top. So we had the car to win tonight. Driver just made a few mistakes. I had a great feature, just lane choice at the end was just not right. I tried the bottom a little bit more because that's where the leader was running all the way around, and I probably could have ran the top in 1 and 2. That would have been a little bit better. So not a bad night, just a few more things that I gotta work on, and I know we can do them. It's all about execution here with ISCS, and another good points night. Now we just gotta wrap it up tomorrow for the finale. I know I probably shouldn't be too disappointed with our efforts tonight. Of course, we almost had a perfect night if we would have been 2 spots better in the A main event. But with all the success we've had lately and how fast we've been, and especially the car we had tonight, I felt like we should have been at the top step of the podium, but you're just gonna have nights like that. You know, I gave it my all. I did everything I could. But at the end of the day, I just made a few mistakes, and I think if I just fine-tune those and make a few better choices, you know, that's what it's gonna take to get me to that next step. Of course, we know we can do it. We've done it earlier this season for sure. I would describe it as, if you guys are in school, it's like going into your English class, you write out a sentence, your teacher goes and grades it, and it's like an A-, and all you didn't do was dot your I's and cross your T's, and I felt like that was our night. You know, it was really, really good up until the end. We just didn't finish it completely. Overall, not bad though, another podium, but one of my favorite NASCAR drivers, Kyle Busch, actually my favorite. He's been my childhood hero growing up. I've always wanted to strive to have, like, he wants to win so bad, more than anyone else, and I strive to have that. I mean, I do want to win more than anyone else, and I almost would consider this limited class. If you guys run outlaw karts, this is like a box stock class. 360s are like 250, and 500s are like 410s. And in the box stock class, once you kind of get good and get going, you know, you can win a lot of races, and that's kind of, I feel like we're in now. And when you come home third, when you know you had a good car, and if you just do a few more things right, you could win. I felt like that was us. Points wise though, we did everything we needed to do, and now really tomorrow we just got to show up and we're going to win the ISCS Points Championship, so that's awesome. Our team has done well all year. Now we just got to finish strong with the win, so that's our goal tomorrow. Come out right out of the gate and qualify good, do good in the heat, and hopefully pull a better pill in the rejob. But anyway, my marketing partners do everything for me. These guys all stand behind me, and the crew and everyone. So cars in one piece, few bumpers got beaten up because the start, man. Some guys, they would like gas it up and then stop, and I knew it was coming, so I was anticipating it. And I would get plowed from behind, and just so few bumpers had to be replaced, rear bumper, front bumper, nose wing, and so we have a few things we need to fix, but overall not too bad. Just to show you guys kind of what I'm talking about, here's the nose wing. So that's not good. We'll have to take that home, try to repair it, and so never good when you have stuff like that happen, but it's just part of racing, and we'll get them tomorrow gunning for a win. Deuces.